along the way, someone said, well, you ought to look at a franchise. It's just the right amount of structure for you. And I kind of dismissed it at first. But after a little bit more investigation, the franchise model was perfect, which leads me to how I ended up in Monroe. So I reached out to these guys at Fastsigns because I'd already kind of dabbled in that. Some of the plastic I was selling was going into the sign industry, although not quite that directly. And after I looked at the business model, I was like, wow, the margins are good. This is the kind of work. There's plenty of freedom to price it the way we want, build the signs that we want to do. What territories are open. And they said the two best territories in the country that are open right now are Sandusky, Ohio, and Monroe, Michigan. And Monroe is 19 miles from my house. So it was like, it was meant to be. And that's how I ended up here.
And how long ago was that?
3 years. We're coming up on 3.
Wow.
Well, I signed the agreement 4 years ago. We had to find some real estate and do the build out. So we've been open almost, November will be 3 years.
That happened fast.
It did go by fast. I have learned a lot. This is this business can be very humbling.
Yeah. So as a guy that's been around business owners, has lots of friends that are business owners and entrepreneurs, like that Fastsigns with having that turnkey element, but yet you got just as much effort, energy, willpower, strength, hustle that has to go into it. You find that to be a nice blend with having the franchise then?
It was perfect for me. And the reason I didn't want, well, first of all, I didn't want food because I didn't really want to work on the weekends. And then everything else was like, these kids' parties or, so I ruled all that out. I wanted something industrial. But I didn't want it so structured, like, I don't know, like if you own a Chick-fil-A franchise, for example, you're going to put your $4 million down. They're going to pick the location for you. You're almost guaranteed to be successful. But you're never going to invent a new chicken sandwich. You're never going to come up with a size of fries between medium and large that really hits the market. So Fastsigns is so totally different because they have the brand standards. They give you all the support and structure that you need. But after that, you can use as much of them or as little of them as you want. And you can go off in whatever direction that you want. Some franchise owners of Fastsigns just do vehicle wraps exclusively. Some don't do vehicle wraps. Some like print jobs. Some like the stuff that's really big and kind of what the market bears. So it worked for me because there was structure, and yet it allows us to be as creative as we want, set our own pricing, choose the jobs we want to choose, as long as we maintain the brand standards, which is, some of the service and the look and the trademark and some of those things, but they're really not very restrictive at all.
Yeah.